This is Tal'Darim Altar once again, MLG flavor.
Yep.
And it's going to be Protoss vs. Protoss.
Yep, and again, something we have not seen tonight, a lot of PvZ, and actually still, again, fortunate enough to catch some Terran action early enough. So, in the bottom left corner here, we have the teal Protoss, and that is Chimera. In the top left, we have Rockshell playing the green Protoss.
Now, once again, this is a macro-style map, but in the PvP setting, you know, there's always that temptation of 4-gating or 3-gate robo, despite the size of the map, so we'll see what happens. And you know, with this larger map, I actually wouldn't be too surprised to see both players 4-gate, drop proxy pylons near the other's base, and just warp in and battle as much as you can there.
Absolutely. So I'm hoping for, I mean, it's funny, we had everything but the standard for our first few matches, and then we finally got some standard play, and it lasted for a long time, but I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit of extra action, so see what happens right now. Chimera getting his probe out, going to scout out Rockshell's base very shortly.
Yeah, the first base he does come to is the base of Rockshell. He's going to set first gateway, go down. He's just going to chase Rockshell's probe. Going to come back.
Maybe he'll steal some minerals this time too. And, oh, nope, he's decided to beat up on one of the probes.
Going to cause a little problem. Little hiccup in mining. Not a huge deal.
I don't know that difference about 20 mineral income. That could be the game right there.
Could be. The assimilator does start on behalf of Rockshell. The assimilator is a little later, but also starting for Chimera. Second pylon on the way. In fact, we're essentially seeing an exact identical opening, which honestly is pretty typical in a Protoss vs. Protoss situation.
Yeah, absolutely. Rockshell right now putting a little bit of damage in the shields of that pylon, but he'll just get bumped out real quickly. And Cybernetics core going down. Again, you're absolutely right. Rockshell has a few second advantage on everything he's been putting out. Although a Zealot is coming out right now for Chimera, so he's at least he's got something else. He's got a lead in that.
You know, I once heard a Protoss player, I believe it was Huck, but don't quote me on it in case I'm wrong. He said that in the Protoss vs. Protoss situation, if one Protoss player decides to do the standard Zealot Stalker opening into 4-gate, and the other player decides to go for the Stalker first, the player with the Zealot will win every time.
Huh.
Now, I don't play Protoss, so I can't tell you one way or the other.
Well, in this case, both of our players here have decided to opt for the Zealot first. And the Stalker's coming out shortly after. It's eerie how identical their builds are.
You know, I also feel it's important to note that neither of these players are Huck in disguise, so so, you know, that one Zealot may not make a difference, but, you know, if Rockshell wins this, and he has one Zealot advantage...
We do see a pylon down in Chimera's base here, and it is going to... Oh, he canceled it right before it finished. Because, of course, Chimera would have taken it out with that Zealot without a problem. Rockshell right now, 3 more gateways on the way. 2 now for Chimera, so Rockshell getting a little bit of an advantage there.
But you know, there is a proxy pylon going on for Chimera. Rockshell did send a Stalker out to scout for it, but he actually missed it. It shows up on his mini-map, but I don't know if he's actually noticed.
Yeah, it's another Stalker coming out for Rockshell here right now, so...
Rockshell's trying to get the proxy pylon down as well, and there are the 3 gates in the back, so it does look like the 4-gate is going to come from Rockshell. Do we see a 4th gate? Yep, we do see a 4th gate coming from Chimera. See, I told you, in a Protoss vs. Protoss situation, it's always going to be that battle of the 4 gates.
Got a little kiting situation here too with Chimera trying to lead that Stalker around and take out that Zealot. Oh, and he's going to spot that pylon there. He's actually going to spot these 2, but unfortunately, 3 more Stalkers warping in. That Zealot's going to go down.
Yeah, that Zealot's going to go down. And when you have the exact identical build, you know, you can't lose anything for free because they have what you have, and everything you lose gives them that advantage.
Exactly. Chimera warping in 3 Zealots at the top. It looks like he's going to try and get into Rockshell's base there. Rockshell sending that 1 Zealot around. Chimera pulling the probes off the line to take it out. Loses 1 probe and a little bit of harvesting time. Still hasn't moved those probes back to the line. Right,
Rockshell is in the base of Chimera. He's going to pick off both those pylons, enabling all 4 of the gateways.
Oh.
Then he's going to pull back right now. none of these gateways can actually produce anything, and Rockshell's actually going to be able to just reinforce his army. All he has to do essentially is hold off Chimera's push, and he will be in great shape.
And it looks like he'll have no problem doing that with 2 Stalkers and 1 Zealot in the base right now, and he can easily, he's bringing up reinforcements, and in fact warping in even more reinforcements, so Chimera looking in not a great spot right now, but it seems like certainly Rockshell has given him the chance to come back, although Rockshell 9 Stalkers on the field right now, 2 Zealots, 1 Stalker for Chimera, so clear advantage there, and a Forge going down for Chimera.
If Chimera's going to drop the Forge, I'm sure he's either going to drop a cannon or try to get some sort of upgrade. He needs any sort of advantage that he can get right now, because on a 4-gate versus 4-gate, he is so far behind and he cannot play that game anymore. His proxy pylon does get cleaned up by Rockshell. He came around, cleaned off that 1 Zealot, or not Zealot, that 1 Stalker, and the pylon. Now he's going to come back down here, join his pylon, warp in more units, and it looks like we'll be seeing another push. In fact, he dropped a second proxy pylon.
Or a sexy pylon.
It's a sexy pylon right in front of Chimera's base, and he's
right now Rockshell moving in with those Stalkers, putting some pressure on those warp gates. Right now, the Zealots backed up, 5 Zealots backed up by 3 sentries and only 1 Stalker, so pretty decent advantage here to Rockshell, and he's just going to start picking those off as he warps in yet another Stalker.
Cybernetics Core does go down. That means the only Zealots are going to come from Chimera. Stalkers can kite Zealots, so all Rockshell has to do is just choose his engagements wisely, and he has a nice lead right now. But the force fields do go down, splitting a couple of those Zealots, and for a Stalker, he's going to lose 3 Stalkers really quickly, and it looks like a Zealot. He's going to come in, try to pick off these photon cannons.
Okay, right now, still 12 Stalkers on the field as he warps in more. 1 Zealot, 1 Stalker, 3 sentries left for Chimera. He's doing all he can to defend, but that Zealot's getting picked off. This might be it. He's pulling the pros off the line. I think we're seeing the last actions of a desperate man.
He has to do everything he can to not die, but this does not look like it's going to end well for Chimera. The last photon cannon goes down. Pylon's going down. GG for Chimera. Their first game goes to Rockshell.